Young here, part of Pick Dawgz, and it's a wonderful Thursday. And what are we doing? We're shopping. We're shopping for player props. That's what we do here at Pick Dawgz. I'm going to be looking at all the games that's going on today. I got you guys covered. We don't got a lot going on in baseball. We got a few games, about 4 or 5. And then in the NBA, we don't got a lot. But hey, man, we got some spots, man. And we got some player props that I like. So look, this is how the show goes. I come up with my player props. I head on over to the sports chat, place betting tools, and I see if they're with me or against me. If they're with me, they're hitting these bets at a 60% clip, 80% clip, all the way up to 100% clip. All right, let's go ahead and get it started. The first player prop that I like, I'm going to be looking on the baseball diamond, and I'm taking the Minnesota Twins pitcher, Pablo Lopez, my guy. I'm taking him over 5.5 Ks. He's been able to hit this prop for us at an 80% clip. 4 out of his last 5 times. If you played this prop, you came out on top. Matchup-wise, taking on the Cleveland Guardians, a team that he's familiar with. I think Lopez is going for 7 today. You can even ladder it up to 8 and get more money on your way out. All right, second player prop that I like. I'm going to be looking at the Kansas City Royals. I'm taking Bobby Witt Jr. I'm taking him over 1.5 bases. He's been able to hit this at an 80% clip. 4 out of his last 5 times you played this prop, you came out on top. Taking on the Chicago White Sox. Who's on the mound for him? Ah, man, I forgot, man. But when I seen the picture, I was like, okay, I guess. But yeah, nah, man. Back to it, though, man. When it comes down to it, Bobby Witt Jr. has been showing, hey, he's deserving of that contract extension that he got in the offseason. He's the only thing that the Royals got going for him, and he's starting off hot. So that's everything that you guys want when we're giving out players on the prop shop. Third player prop. All right. I'm looking at O'Neal Cruz. I'm taking him over 1.5 bases. It's me versus the betting tools. Matchup-wise, taking on the Washington Guard Nationals, okay? All right, so look. O'Neal Cruz started off real hot. Okay, last 2 games have been a little bit slow, but I think this is a game that he can turn it around in. All we need him to do is go over 1.5 total bases, so we're going to be playing that prop in there. Let's head on over to the association. My first player prop that I like, I'm looking at the Philadelphia 76ers. We're taking Joel Embiid over 26 points. Ben Tour said he's hit this at a 60% clip. We're taking the New York Knicks best player on the team, Jalen Brunson, over 28 points matchup-wise, taking on the Sacramento Kings, man. I think he's going to go for like 34 points against this team. They're going to have Keon Ellis out there defending him. Second-year player from Alabama, for the people that don't know. He took Davion Mitchell's spot, and we get drafted him with the top 10 from Baylor. But that ain't going to be enough to slow down Jalen Brunson. I think he's going to have a big game against the Kings. Take him over his point prop. Second point prop that I like in the same game, second player prop, I'm looking at Josh Hart. We're going to be taking him over 10.5 rebounds. The betting tool said he's been hitting this at a 60% clip. Now look, giving out rebound props is something that I like because the ball could just fall in your hand accidentally. And it's something to where it's easier to hit than point props out there. And Josh Hart, he's been as advertised, man. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a triple-double in this game. If they got that out there, play that too. All right. Third player prop that I like, I'm going to be looking at the Houston Rockets, Jalen Green. I'm taking him over 26 points. He's hitting it at a 60% clip, taking on the Golden State Warriors. Then, I'm taking him over 4.5 rebounds, hitting at an 80% clip as well. All right? Actually, I'm sorry. I'm taking him over 4.5 assists, hitting at an 80% clip. All right. Now, look. Let's go back to the Sacramento Kings game. I'm taking my guy Keegan Murray over 15 points, hitting at an 80% clip. The guy's been hot. I mean, he's been the more offense that stepped up since Malik Monk's been out. So look for Keegan Murray to go over 15 points against the New York Knicks, hitting at an 80% clip. Let's go to the Dallas Mavericks game. Dallas Mavericks are taking on the Atlanta Hawks. The Atlanta Hawks drafted Luka and traded him for Trae Young. It's something about them and him. Whenever he plays them, I think he always wants to show them like, hey, man, y'all made a mistake. Same thing he did with the Sacramento Kings. Sacramento Kings, Vlade Divac, didn't draft him. We drafted Marvin Bagley. He just played us and he's yelling at Vlade like, should have drafted me, should have drafted me. Same type of thing. We're taking Luka Doncic trifecta spot. Over his points at 34. Me versus the Bentors. Over his rebounds at 9.5, 80% clip. Over his assists at 9.5, 60% clip. All right, it's my Luka Doncic trifecta. Now, look, same game, different team. I'm taking DeJounte Murray trifecta spot. I'm taking him over 23 points. I'm taking him over 5.5 rebounds. And the 23 points that he got, That's been hitting at a 60% clip, okay? 3 out of his last 5 times, if he played this prop, he came out on top. And I'm taking him over 8.5 assists. It's my DeJounte Murray trifecta. I think both those players are going to show up and show out today. All right. Now, look, man. Let's go on over to the Denver Nuggets versus the Los Angeles Clippers game, okay? I like Nikola Jokic over 27 points, hitting at a 60% clip. And then I like him over 12.5 rebounds, okay? My last player prop to get you on top is Michael Porter Jr. I'm taking him over 16.5 points. I'm taking him over 6.5 rebounds. Yeah, last game out they had like 13 rebounds or 12. Him and Jokic, I doubled them up and bet them both and we cashed. And I'm also taking Michael Porter Jr. to get a double-double. It's big plus money. I think it all can happen too. All right, now look, if you guys want more predictions and picks like this, head on over to the site, man. I went over the whole UFC fight card for this week. I went over all the 12 fights so you guys can see which way we're leaning on, which way to get paid. All right. First player prop that we went on for the recap, Lopez over 5.5. Witt Jr. over 1.5 bases. Cruz over 1.5 bases. Embiid over 26. Brunson over 28. Hart over 10.5 rebounds. Jalen Green over 26 points. Jalen Green over 4.5 assists. Keegan Murray over 15. Luka trifecta spot. Points, rebounds, and assists. DeJounte Murray trifecta spot. Points, rebounds, and assists. Nikola Jokic over 27. Jokic over 12 rebounds. Porter Jr. over 16 points. Porter Jr. over 6.5 rebounds. Millz Young here, part of Pick Dawgz. If you can't roll with the Pick Dawgz, stay on the porch because we prop shopping.